Hello and welcome, my name is Hayley, and if you've joined me, this is a tarot reading from your deceased loved one, your pet who has crossed over. While I am doing these cards, I'm going to talk about my views of death. You know, I'm a psychic medium, or have some mediumistic tendencies. I've experienced a lot of death, a lot of grief in my life. I've been able to communicate and get signs from lost loved ones. So, what are my views on death? Well, you may actually be surprised to know that my views on death are actually quite scientific as opposed to spiritual, or kind of both actually. You know, everybody has a different view of what happens when someone dies. A lot of it can be influenced by religion. You know, people believe in heaven. With animals, people believe in the rainbow bridge. Some people think the spirit goes to a different dimension. And others still believe that the soul just ceases to exist once you die. I believe that everything is just frequency and vibration, and science backs that up. You know, what feels like solid matter is actually just frequency, vibration, right? We all know that. It's been confirmed by science. That's not, you know, an airy-fairy thing to say. Science has confirmed that. Everything is vibration. So I believe that when you die, you don't go to a different dimension. You don't go to heaven. You don't go to a rainbow bridge. You don't go anywhere. You stay here. You're just on a different frequency. So you can think of it like when you use a dog whistle. You know, one of those little metal round dog whistles. You can't hear it. The human cannot hear that frequency. But the dog can, and you know that the dog can because the dog reacts to it. But if you blew that whistle and you're alone without a dog there, and you can't hear it, does that mean that that frequency doesn't exist? Or that it exists somewhere else, on a different timeline, or up in the sky somewhere, or on a different dimension? No. The frequency still exists, you just can't hear it. And that's what I believe happens with our soul, with the souls of plants, animals and humans, that they don't cease to exist, or they don't go somewhere else. They stay here, they're just on a different frequency that we can't necessarily see. Some people can see it because they can tap into that frequency. Those people are psychic mediums, right? So we know through certain psychic mediums that, you know, it is possible to connect with these people and these animals, that they haven't gone, that they still exist, you know, and that they still stick around with us because they want to. They want to watch over us and see what we're doing and live through us. You know, a few years ago when one of my cousins, Brent, died, he came and visited me and said to me, "Don't be afraid of death. They're all here. They're all here." And, you know, I didn't really understand what it meant at the time. They're all here. You know, I thought that meant he died, and, you know, when he went to heaven, maybe he saw my brother and my nana and granddad and whoever else was dead, you know. But now I understand what he was saying. You don't need to be afraid of dying because they're all here. They never went anywhere. They're all here. We're all here together. No one went anywhere. We're just on a different frequency. That's what I believe. That's my belief about death. So we have 4 piles here to choose from. And these are the 4 elements. So we have swords, which is air. We have cups, which is water. We have pentacles, which is earth, and we have wands, which is fire. So pick your pile now. So if you went with Earth, Pentacles, we're going to go and do your reading right now. So we have doubt. I release the need to know all the answers. Yeah, some people go on a lifelong quest needing to know every single answer. You know, they go to this medium and go to this tarot reader and that tarot reader. They need to know everything. You don't need to know everything. Some things you need to just let go and let it be. Let go and let it be. You know, accept it for how it was, flaws and all. If your loved one, your loved animal passed a certain way and you've been, you know, trying to find every answer that you can, going down every avenue, trying to find out why they died, why this happened, trying to find someone to blame, they are telling you don't do that. You're making yourself crazy. You need to accept what happened as it happened. You know, you can't go back and change it now. Everybody has their time. This is my other belief about death, is that every plant, animal and human has their time and you cannot change that. This is my firm belief as a lifelong psychic. You know, I've been a tarot reader for 20 years and people will say, oh, but you know, if I know the information, I can change it, right? I can jump timelines, I can change it, nothing's set in stone. Well, you know, the little things you might be able to change. Little things you can change. But you can't change the big things, the soul contract things. Who you're going to meet, when you're going to meet them, why you have to meet them, the lessons you have to learn for your soul's growth that you agreed to before you got here, and when you're going to die. Everybody's time is set in stone and cannot be changed. And we need to accept it. And that can eliminate all of that guilt. All of that guilt and blame. Whether you were blaming the person who opened the door, or you were blaming the vet, or you were blaming yourself. Let it go. It was just their time. Only my physical body is gone, and I now know that our bodies are just a small part of who we really are. Exactly. The body has gone. We understand this, you know, we bury the body or we have the body cremated. You could be there when you watch them die. We know that the body is gone. They're not in the body anymore. But that doesn't mean that they cease to exist. They still exist. And they're just on a different vibration. Life and death are related. You can't have one without the other. Death is a part of life, and unfortunately our society does not allow us to accept this as a normal thing. You know, and it comes as such a shock every single time when we have to grieve. Whereas we should be more accepting of it, because guess what? 100% of people, plants and animals that are living are going to die. 100%, and that is guaranteed. If you're alive, you're going to die. And if you're alive, you're going to have to experience grieving, or if you're someone who died young, everyone's going to have to grieve you. Grief is a part of life. And it's one of our soul lessons. It's about transmuting that energy, turning it around from fear into love, from guilt into forgiveness, from lack and victim into gratitude. That's transmutation of energy. We have 333, potential. Your chance to reach your highest of potentials is here. Perseverance has gotten you to where you are. You are still here because you haven't reached your life's potential yet, and your loved one, your pet, is here cheering you along the way. They're going to help you, and it could be part of their soul's mission to help you from the other side. You know, they can actually do a lot more without the restriction of their body. You know, they said in there that only my physical body is gone, and now I know that bodies are just a small part of who we really are. Well, you know, the bigger part, the part that can do more, is the soul. And they can maybe do more to help you from the position of not being limited by having a body. Open your heart. Yeah. You need to get rid of that doubt, that fear, that blame, that anger, and open your heart again. Remember the good times, remember the love, and get to that stage of acceptance. You couldn't have changed it. It was just their time. And they want you to feel the love again. So if you chose cups, this reading is for you, the water element. Discipline. I can accomplish what I set my mind to. So you could be working towards a goal, a task. There could be something you've been working on for a while and your pet has been watching you, and that they are cheering you on. They're sitting here right with you, watching you, and they know that you can do this. And they know that you have been doing it. They're watching you and they're applauding you. Do not hesitate to talk to me. I can hear you at any moment. Yeah, because they're right here, they can hear you. If you need a sounding board, if you just need to get those words that are inside you outside, just talk to them. They will listen. They want to. They want to help you. 1, 2, 3, vision. Your path will not look like everyone else's. And, you know, exactly. How you do this is unique to you. How you grieve them, how you carry on, how you move forward is completely unique to you. And you don't need to worry about what anyone else is doing. Don't judge others for how they do things, and, you know, don't worry about others who try to judge you for how you do things. If you chose to get a new pet after only a month or a couple of months or a week or a day or whatever, that was your choice. That was part of your soul's journey. It's no one else's business. Or if you chose to move town and, you know, go and get a new career or whatever it was that you chose to do, then that's you doing you, and it's no one else's business. Visitation. You may have been receiving visitations in your dreams from your loved pet, and this is your confirmation from them that that was actually them. If that's you that's had a dream from them recently. So if you chose the wands, the fire element, this one is for you. And we have perseverance. I know that I can do whatever I set my mind to. And again, it's sort of similar to that discipline one. You can get through this. I can hear some of you saying, I can't do it, it's too hard, it's too much, I can't move forward. And you're keeping yourself stuck in that grief. If you just do a little bit each day, you can get there, you know. The only thing that I ask from you is to be happy. Know that every time you pray for me, I am praying for you. This is for you. Yeah, ask. Ask your loved pet to help you through this, and they will. Ask your angels to help you through this, and they will. You're not in this all alone. You may feel like you're all alone. You may feel like this is too hard, this is too overwhelming, but you're not all alone. And if you do feel really overwhelmed, please go and seek mental health advice. Please go and get counselling. We have 888, abundance. Blessings are here and more are on the way. Let yourself feel the abundant flow of prosperity. Yeah, you may feel like nothing ever good is ever going to happen to you ever again. But it will. I promise you it will. this is just a phase, you know. Death is a part of life. 100% of people that are alive are going to die. 100% of animals that are alive are going to die, and it's something we have to learn to accept. And I really wish society would, you know, teach it in schools and communities, and instead of like shunting people into a corner to grieve on their own. But just know that you will come through this. Ask your angels, ask your pet for help, and you will come through this. Repeating. I'm feeling like some of you are reliving something over and over and over again in your mind, and your animal is asking you to stop doing that. Try to find a way to stop doing that. Stop reliving it. It was just their time. There was nothing you could do about it. Absolve yourself of that guilt. Stop thinking of what happened in the end. Try to think of the happy times, the good memories. And lastly, if you chose the swords, the air element, we have change. I understand that nothing can grow or evolve without movement. And, you know, human beings will not change unless they have something happen in their life, something catastrophic that happens, a tower moment, to actually force them to change. And sometimes that's what these soul lessons are about, why our loved one had to die. Because if they didn't, then it wouldn't force us into that change. When the time is right, you'll join me here and share eternity. Yeah. One day you'll be together again. When the time is right. So, you know, a lot of you could be in the process of grieving, in the time of denial where you can't accept that this has happened. You can't accept that they're gone, and maybe you're wanting to die so that you can be with them. It's not your time yet, but just know that in the future you will be together again. 444, protection. This is your time to take confidence in all that you pursue. Oh, sorry, it's perfection, not protection. I don't have my reading glasses on. This is your time to take confidence in all that you pursue. The divine universe is working through you and protecting you. It is protection. There you go. Protecting you. Yeah, you are protected. You are protected by your angels, your loved ones, your pets, your spirit guides. And they will help you get through this. Ask for help. Ask for help. Ask for signs. One of the things that helps me is when I get signs from my beautiful Wolfie. You know, when she barks on the astral. She barked at 3:11 a.m. on the astral last night. Or when she leaves me little signs. You know, this reminds me that she's still here. Not up in the sky somewhere or in a different reality. She's here. She's here and she's with me. Ask for a sign from your loved pet and they will show you one. Meditate. Meditation is important, so it raises your vibration. Everything is about vibration. If you want to connect with your loved ones who have passed, then you need to raise your own personal vibration to be able to connect with them. This is why, you know, only a few, like psychic mediums, can connect with those who have crossed over. It's not because they're special or because they're gifted. It's because of a vibration thing. It's because they've learnt how to raise their vibration to be able to do that. So I'm going to leave this reading with you here. I hope it resonated with you. Take care and I'll catch you next time. Bye.